Hello, everybody. Welcome to WUSM and welcome to With Context This Sucks, an emo show that tonight has an interview with the lovely Pizza Academy, or actually just one of the members, Riley. You want to go ahead and say hi?
Hello.
Yay! So this is the second time we had an issue. I guess maybe it's less professional to say it this way, but it's still fun to say it. We did have an issue, and now we have fixed the issue, and now we're back. So we already have some things to talk about, but I'm just gonna kind of go through them again because the other one is lost media. The first recording is lost media now.
Yeah.
Um, so how did Pizza Academy start?
Um yeah, back in Pizza Academy's been around for a long time. It hasn't always been Pizza Academy. It's kind of like changed names. I think at one time it was like Pebble House or something.
Oh,
Um
really?
uh but it's been around since like freshman year. And it was pretty much just me solo writing music. And I just kept writing music for 5 years and I'd like throw out what I didn't like. So I guess it's good I never really released my beginning phase of writing music. I guess that's also lost media. Um, but it's kind of uh, my friend throughout high school, Shane, is now also part of it. He plays bass. Um, yeah, but it's been around for a while. But I think it's only been like a solid thing for like maybe a year or two since we like actually decided to start putting like a band amount of effort into this project.
Nice, nice. And just so everybody knows, I guess I'll go ahead and run through the discography of what's actually released. So there's they released demos, a short little, I guess you can't even consider it an EP. It's just a single of two songs, a single of two songs, but whatever. And there is it's called Why Can't I Like Slushies? Is that it?
I wish I liked slushies.
I wish I liked slushies. My bad. Man, if I was a professional, I would have pulled this up. Yeah, and that came out at least on Spotify on October 14th, 2021. Um, and then recently there was Calzone Community College, which came out in June 24th, 2022. I don't know if you released things stagger. I swear I remember demos coming out on Spotify later.
Yeah, it's just like whenever it got put up on distribution, just because I I use like DistroKid, so it's whenever they send it out. It takes a couple
Okay, yeah.
days.
Um, and Calzone Community College is the most, well, as of right now, most recent EP. But there's actually a new little project that's about to come out. If you want to talk about that.
Uh, yeah, it's 5 songs that I've just been. I guess it's been like what do you call it? Like just writing shit at the wall. And eventually you end up with songs you like. And I got 5 right now that kind of work together. So I recorded that. I got help from another awesome New Hampshire band called Doug. Their drummer Lucas helped me out with those 5 songs. So that was great. So yeah, that's what's coming out next. It's called Sorry We Don't Do Delivery.
Oh my God, that's so perfect. You guys have killer names. I'm just letting you know that.
I'm gonna run out of pizza names soon. I'm like already at the edge of my list with this.
I think you can put together a few more. Like if you ever release like some tracks that didn't fit in anywhere, you could just put like pineapples on the pizza or pineapples off pizza or something. You know.
There you go. I'll put that down. Steal that.
um, Yeah, so the whole aesthetic is very pizza oriented. What's up with that, you know?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like for someone with a pizza themed band. I'm not as into pizza as you think I would be. I think it's more the pizza aesthetic, I guess. Um, I guess it's like half. I haven't really the album cover for Sorry We Don't Do Delivery. Obviously, no one's seen it yet, but there's a ghost on it, so it's kind of like half pizza, half ghost at this point. Which I don't really know where any of it came from. Um, oh, I'm stupid. Pizza Academy is named after um, the local pizza place where I'm from, in Exeter, New Hampshire. There's a place called Pizza Academy, which is what we named it after. So it is a real place. Um, I didn't just name it because I love pizza with all my heart. I do love pizza, but yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's a real. If I ever go to New Hampshire, I guess I need to go there. You know, as a professional radio show host now, I guess I travel a lot. By travel, I mean I walk from my dorm to the radio room. But yeah, that's super sick. I didn't think about that. I mean, that's a funny name for a pizza place. Is it good?
I like it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Although it's funny because not to be like, I don't know what the word is, not to betray them, but I did work for Domino's, my like local Domino's for like 2 years.
Yeah, so that is definitely the worst thing you could do ever. No.
I was a pizza delivery driver, so there's more pizza in my life, I guess.
Yeah, so you're like Fry from Futurama.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from. Uh, which is funny because referencing that's Panucci's Pizza, which you said was a big inspiration for
Oh
you.
yeah, definitely. A lot of the like the pizza stuff comes separately from Panucci's Pizza, but that is a big musical inspiration too. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
And
that's really neat.
the coincidental love of Futurama too. Yeah, it all comes together.
I think, if you're just into emo music, you're gonna be into Futurama. I think that's like I haven't met anybody who's like, I love emo music, but man, I can't get into Futurama. It's like, okay,
That's a good
sure.
parallel, you're right.
It's like I like The Simpsons more. No, you don't. Um, Neat. So that's cool. Shane could not be with us today. He's what is he? He's in a class or something.
He's just out with some friends right now that are visiting from New Hampshire, which I'm gonna join shortly after this.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah,
Um,
he's just across town, so he isn't here.
okay, cool. I guess I won't dox your college. I mean, do you want to rep your college or no?
Not really. I
Okay.
currently am in Boston right now,
Oh, sweet, sweet.
which is a city which is very different from New Hampshire.
It is a city. You're right.
Different music too. I have yet to go to a house show here, but there's some coming up, so I'll make my way in there.
Yeah. Well, I've also yet to go to a house show because they don't exist in southern Mississippi apparently. Uh, I'm in like the worst state for the music I like, even though Mississippi is a very big music state. It's not the music I'm listening to. I mean, it's a lot of
Mm,
blues and rock and rock and roll, I
yeah.
guess. Or I'm trying to like think. I mean, it's just you guys have not been. I mean, technically, Pizza Academy or a band that you've made has been around for 5 years, but like really, yeah, it's been like a year because there was demo Power to the S, and then Calzone Community College, and then this new EP. Is that EP the thing that you guys posted on Instagram? There was a picture of like a video of a house, and then there was a song.
Video of a house. I am not. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was a demo of one of the songs, which actually is one of the ones I sent you. For this today is the Stupid Life of Walter Shitty. That was like a really early demo I recorded on my laptop of it.
Oh, okay, sweet. So yeah, I guess now it's a good time to say. Um, so we have a lot of the songs that are going to be played today are going to be songs that Riley. Did Shane help too?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
these have been like being written for a while. I write pretty much all of it. Shane did the bass.
Okay.
Biggest help in the world. I'm not a bass player.
Okay. Did Shane help with the YouTube playlist?
Yes, I got his microwave in there.
Okay, sweet, good. All right, I was just making sure. Yeah. So both Riley and Shane, they're both from Pizza Academy. Both, but so Pizza Academy picked a few songs that are gonna be playing. I want to specify this because it's the first kind of interview show that's gonna be going on. But yeah. So whenever I have an interview on with Context This Sucks, it's going to be like they're going to pick the songs that are come on today. So none of the songs that have been picked are mine. A few of them are going to be their songs. So let me quite remember real quick. So we have "Don't Wait for Us," which is off of Calzone Community College, and that's I'm gonna name off all the ones that you guys have done. Now You're Thinking with Portals, and The Stupid Life of Walter Shitty, which we just talked about. Um, I don't know the order that yet that the YouTube playlist will play in. That's typically when I do these shows, I like to say what the songs are, but I don't. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, I'm new to this, so I can't really say what the songs are coming up. But I will release like typically I do Spotify playlists of the songs that play on the radio, so I could make one for this and then put it up, just so people can figure out because I haven't picked the order or inputted the songs on the radio yet. So not really good foresight on my end, but that's okay. But those are the songs that are going to be playing that are your own, which I've listened to them already and they sound great, by the way.
Thanks.
Um, I'm really hyping you up because I really think, I mean, you guys are like a really good emo band that needs to get a little bit more recognition in my mind because, uh, I mean, there are many people doing emo music, but I mean, the ones that do it good, I think definitely need some recognition. So hopefully the radio show will get you something.
Thank you. You know what would definitely help with that is fun fact, as of like this recording, I've never played a show. Like not even
Really?
once.
Really?
So whatever show I play next will be the very first not only Pizza Academy show, but like the first show I will have ever played.
That's sick. That's honestly like and it's going to be, I'm assuming, in Boston. I mean, I guess you could get one in New Hampshire if you go back down or something, but
It'll be somewhere. It'll be wherever I can find one.
okay.
But it's also hard just because we don't have an official drummer. So as of this
Oh,
moment,
yeah, that is
that would
true.
probably be like backing tracks, which I could set up.
That wouldn't be too bad. I think people would understand. You just say, hey, look, our drummer's not real. Set up like a little like drum bot, set him up next to a kit or something and just act like
Like
he's
the
playing.
GarageBand drum plugin that plays along with you.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Um, so you know what? That's actually a good thing to like talk about. So let's, you know what? Interesting question. Uh, if you like had to play with one other band, like open for a band, whether they're, together or not, or whether it makes sense or not, what would it be?
Oh man, that's hard. There's so many. I guess it would make I would pick one that's still around, one that's like physically I could do. Because if
Okay.
it was bands that have broken up, I think that's like bands that have broken
It,
up has got to be 85% of my like things I listen
yeah,
to.
that is true. Emo music does not. It's very quick burn for a lot of bands.
Oh man, that's hard. Um, Bands that are still around. I would love. Actually, I would say the most logistically like possible. I love currently would be me and Capri. Um,
So what is that?
Me and Capri. It's not to get into inspiration too early, but a lot of what I do uh is stuff that I've just loved from the Brave Little Abacus, which is another band that originated from near where I live in New Hampshire. And uh,
No way.
Adam Demersion, the guy from mainly behind Brave Little Abacus, is now in a Boston band. He lives in Boston too. Sorry, not to dox Adam, but he's in the
Did you want
city.
me to cut that out?
uh, Well, it's gonna come up again anyways because I met him. He works at a record store. I met him. It was super cool. He's so nice. And I've seen him in show a couple times. And yeah, I think like that would be the dream. He's a huge inspiration. I love his music. I love me and Capri almost as much as I love Brave Little Abacus. That would be super cool to
Wow.
do. So here's someday, Adam.
Yeah, I mean that's not impossible at all. Like that, I mean that's plausible, like very much. Like I mean just opening for them or something. I feel like that would be like super. I mean, I also love Brave Little Abacus. Like I'm a huge Brave Little Abacus fan, and somehow I did not know that there was another band that spawned from him. So that's really interesting.
I love me and
Um,
Capri. Hard shout out to that band. Amazing.
Hard shout out to me and Capri. I'm gonna look that up later. Honestly, that'll probably. You know what? I guarantee within the upcoming weeks that'll show up on this radio station. I guarantee it.
Yeah, no, I could list off like endless bands that I would want to open for that are still around. Like, not to get too emo cliche, but I saw Mom Jeans last week when they played in Boston.
Wow. Okay, well that's good. That's a pretty good band. I'm not as big of a fan as Mom Jeans as I used to be, but hey, if I got to see them live, I'm going. That's really cool. I mean, I'm from like where I'm at. These bands don't come around anywhere near except for maybe like New Orleans and maybe somewhere in Florida. Like that's like about the closest you're gonna get. So like imagine being in a city where they like just show up.
Yeah, no, it's nice. And I mean, even where I was in New Hampshire, I wasn't even like, I think about an hour away from the city. Boston wasn't like the worst uh drive in the world.
Yeah, and that's just cool. I mean, that's like I've always wanted to go to a show, and I feel like a lot of these bands are so like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this might sound a little pretentious coming like, but I think like emo for the most part has one of the most like. I mean, every band takes influence from others, but it's like you can tell the decade a band started just by their influences because I swear like bands like starting up now always cite Brave Little Abacus. Like they changed emo. I genuinely believe they changed emo like
Mm-hmm.
to an
And I mean,
extent. Like
I like know I'm about to get so much shit. I don't know anything about the waves of emo, but I think
oh
is it like fourth wave or post emo or something that takes a lot from Brave Little Abacus. It's a lot of like Your Arms Are My Cocoon. I'm trying to think of other bands.
so that would be like fifth wave. We're in
Okay,
fifth
fifth
wave
wave.
right
So
now.
okay,
Yeah, it goes by like decades. So it's like we're on the fifth wave right now, and we will be until 2030, I think.
I definitely think where I started in was the Mom Jeans era, the like
Yeah.
Marietta modern baseball sort of twinkly stuff.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, they. I mean, modern baseball also completely changed. Like they like defined fourth wave, in my opinion. I feel like of any
Mm-hmm.
band.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like just listening to Marietta like before the show. Like Marietta is sick. I mean, I love yeah, Summer Death. That's the album name. I love Southern Death. That's Summer, not Southern Death, Summer Death.
Oh yeah,
That's a
that's
killer
like
album.
top five albums for
Of
me at
course,
least.
of course, it's got to be. Um, yeah, I mean I mean, you can like look back and see the way, and like it's cool because it's like, I guess it's just because if I know anything about music, it's gonna be specifically about emo. I'm like a very niche thing, but it's like you listen. Like I watch an interview like with Your Arms Are My Cocoon, which is also a huge band that would love to get on this show, but I doubt that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll talk about like, oh, Brave Little Abacus, and then like you'll go back and you'll see like somebody in fourth wave, and they'll say like, oh, modern baseball. It's interesting to me, and I think it's cool to hear that like,
It's like a good echo chamber.
yeah, it's like
Everyone's
yeah,
like
that's
bouncing all these ideas off each other.
yeah, and that's why like fifth wave is the most like experimental I've seen like in a while in music. Like it's weird, but I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
I definitely. It's so not to like to get into the timeline of Pizza Academy at first was a like a Bon Iver Cave Town mashup was basically how I wrote songs. It was like all acoustic. I
Mm,
wanted to write like that sort of stuff.
right.
And then I got into emo and I started writing more like sort of emo or punk, just like, electric guitar and drums sort of music. And I kind of stuck with the like twinkly stuff for a while. And then
Hmm.
eventually Brave Little Advocates just like exploded my brain and I just like I think it was like half that and half Bon Iver. Um 22 a Million is like one of my favorite albums. Just the amount of like sampling and like just distorted things. It just made me want to like. I realized there was so much more I could do than like just not to like disparage. I love fourth wave emo, but I just like realized how much I could do with this kind of music and experimenting with it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like that's another thing I like about fifth wave is it's like not scared to like be different. I mean, and also fifth wave is the most like inclusive of any of the waves. I mean, that's just because of times and people getting better, but like it's like fourth wave. You look at it. I mean, not all of it, but it's mostly like white guys, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
now it's like there's so many more, and then that leads to like have you ever heard of Home Is Where?
I've heard of it. I haven't listened yet.
so like the lead singer, she's trans, and like they're not political, but just because she talks about like kind of her own life, it seeps in. So it's just like it's cool seeing like a lot of different perspectives on life in emo music, because it's not like you're listening to like political punk where you're gonna get a lot of that stuff. It's just people talking about their emotions, and their emotions are gonna be what they've dealt with. So I mean, it's like uh, she has a song like towards the it's like it was on an EP with Record Setter, and the last line is like, "I am a woman, suck my dick," and it's like the funniest thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I love all the waves, but I'm definitely I would not be upset if I ended up being a part of this one.
yeah, of course, it's it's unique, and I wish I was a little bit more directly involved with the wave or whatever, but I guess I kind of can be in doing the show, because I like to, because I'm not gonna get like, oh my god, is that modern baseball on WUSM? Like, no, that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen, obviously, for many reasons. But you know, uh, it's just a unique thing, and I want to like with this whole show like bring people up and say like, go check out this band. Here's some music. Um,
Yeah.
so let's talk more about Pizza Academy, because that's your band. That's
It
your
is.
contribution to the fifth wave. Um, so like, oh man, I'm trying to think. Like, so you came out with this. I'm trying to remember what we talked about on this recording and the recording that we scrapped. Um, and I don't think we talked about this, but for the acoustic EP, like, how did that start? Like, did you just kind of like, because you said like a lot of your early music was mostly like acoustic stuff. Did you just kind of want to kind of tap back into that for an EP, or did you like, were these old demos that you were just like, I'll just do an acoustic version because it would sound pretty?
These were all of those songs were originally acoustically written, and meant to be that way. And it wasn't always really part of the same thing, like EP. They were just sitting in my, I have a, I think I talked about, I just use Bandcamp as like a way to store drafts for what I'm working on. And I have an
Ah,
album called like just random songs. It's not an album, it's just how I store it. So I just took like five that I liked, and I just put them on the EP. One of them's ukulele, and the others were acoustic. And this was when I started to get more into like experimenting with stuff, and I got a synth, which I used a lot, and I kind of liked mixing the acoustic with synth. A lot of the original ones didn't have any other instrument besides me singing in the acoustic, and I just liked adding like piano and banjo and synth, and not real
yeah.
trumpets, but like synthesized trumpets. And I just like really started to want to add as much as I could to each song.
There's this. Oh man, I'm not gonna know the song, and I feel bad, but there's this. I don't know what it is, and I think about it every time I listen to it. But it's like it's at the beginning of the song, and it goes like, er, er,
Oh, the
er.
See You Later simulator. That was originally it was like a note I made on my guitar, and I looped it just like that beeping sound. It's kind of, what's the word? Dissonant. But then I played over it and it sounded alright. So I like just re-recorded that beeping sound on the synth, and I looped it.
Interesting. I like that's just like a you listen to something like this, and you're like, what the hell is that sound? Like, how did they make that?
No, I don't know how I make a lot of this shit. It's like a lot of it is just experimenting. Like, I'd say besides writing stuff, like lyrics, I'd say most of the stuff is just I mess around until I find something. I don't like sit down and say, all right, like I'm gonna write the bridge or I'm gonna write this chorus. I'll just like mess around, and then I'll like paste the parts that I like together into a song, and it just that's kind
Right.
of how it forms.
Yeah. And I mean that's nothing wrong with that. Obviously it makes for good music. I mean,
And I like post experimentation too. I did record the guitar and the drums. I went to a studio in New Hampshire called I feel so bad. What's it called? Oh, the Noise Floor. Okay, thank God. I went to the Noise Floor to record those. But I don't know. I'm not the best at like mixing and mastering, but I don't know if I could go somewhere to have it done just because I love messing around in FL Studio and like stretching things out or like reversing things or just messing around after the fact. Like, oh, I can add this cool effect and it sounds like this now. Just messing around, and that's how stuff gets formed.
Right. I mean, and I mean, like, it's just cool. I don't know. I mean, I led into that like I had something important and impactful to say, but I didn't. I mean, it's just cool. It comes off like really unique and different because it's like, how do you get cool sounds? You make them. You figure out a way to make them. You know, you don't get to. I mean, you can Google cool sounds, you know, but like, you find the cool sounds, I guess, and that's the least the least professional way to say that. But you just make the cool sounds. I don't know what else to say. You make
Just
them.
make cool sounds. I guess that's my new motto.
Yeah, just figure out a way, and then make them. Um, so I do have a question, and I'm
Yeah.
because I always think about this. The sample at the beginning of "What Are You Afraid of Ghosts," the last song on Community College. What is that from?
That is from Deadwood, and I have not seen Deadwood, but my dad was watching it on his laptop, at like the kitchen table, and I heard that clip, and I asked him what it was. Um, so I haven't seen Deadwood, but I guess thanks to my dad, that sample's in there.
That's that's so funny. I mean, I try not to talk too much about myself on the interviews because I like to whatever. But I do. I mean, I do. Like I had I walked out and my girlfriend and her mom was watching Friends. You ever seen Friends?
Not to go off track, I did. I'll talk about it. Do you listen to Portals? There was a Friends sample at the end of Portals.
Oh man, I literally like stopped listening at the last 10 seconds because I got distracted by doing something.
But go on about you walked out. They were watching Friends.
Yeah, and it was the scene with where Rachel. Spoilers if you haven't seen Friends for whatever reason. But it's the scene where Rachel breaks up with Ross because Ross like cheated on her, and it's the scene. It's like he says like it can't be over, and then she goes, then how come it is? And I had never seen Friends before, and I was like, man, that's an emo quote if I've ever heard one. So I recorded it and I put it in a song, and then I ended up watching Friends, and I was like, because I didn't know the context for anything, I was just
Hmm.
like, man, that sucks. I feel bad for Ross, and then I watched it, and I was like, no, actually, that was about right.
No, I'm exactly the same with how like I think I'm trying to think. I try not to sample too much. Like if you put one in every song, then it kind of loses the
Yeah,
effect of putting a sample somewhere in a song. But I
sure.
really don't think I've sampled. We got the Friends one, the Deadwood. I want to start taking more from things I love, just to like, hey, this thing's cool. I like this. I'm gonna put it in the song. But like I think there's a Eternal Sunshine clip somewhere, which is the only sample of something like of a piece of media I actually have consumed and enjoy. But
I want to see that movie.
it's really good. Probably the emo band movie. I feel like it's quoted in a
It,
couple places.
yeah, that and oh man, Little Miss Sunshine. I hear that
Yeah.
quoted a lot. I want to see that movie too. Eternal Sunshine is of the Spotless. No, wait, is that it?
Yeah, Spotless Mind.
Okay, I don't know why. My brain just went. You know what? Forget that actually. But is it this? Is it the? I know the talk from. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard it in emo songs where it's like wait, uh, like what do you want, Joel? Is that the same movie?
That's from the that is from that movie. Yes. I know what song you're talking about.
Okay, okay. Oh, you know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Which song? Because I
Yeah,
think I've
that's
heard
at
it in two
the
different
oh my
songs.
god, that's at the end of the when the Trojans got that horse, the Panucci song.
Oh, that's what the. Okay, I'm thinking of a whole different song, but that must have been where I heard
I'm
it.
sure they could have taken from the same sample. There's a bunch that are from the same
Yeah,
movies and
I
clips.
it's always like I want to build like a what's that one there's like a website where you can like build like a movie like you've seen movies and kind of like light review them or whatever. I want to build like a movie playlist of like things I've heard in emo music, like the
The
quintessential
movies that
emo
people
movie
have like
playlist.
sampled.
Yeah, because it's so many. Like I there's been movies I've wanted to watch and or watch just because I heard a sample from it. Like,
I that's how I watched. Have you seen Her?
no, but I need to see that.
That's I've seen that. I saw that because there was a sample of that in a Tampa Beats song, and I was like, huh, that sounds cool. I'm gonna watch that movie.
And then it's like a really good movie, and you're like, see, it's like advertising.
Yeah, that's why I want to sample more like things that I love.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like promoting. It's like, one day movies they're gonna stop doing trailers, and they're just gonna get emo artists to sample something,
You
and then that's
sample.
gonna be how the new Marvel movie, and they sample it. They just have to make one
That's
sad
advanced
scene
marketing. You
and put
should
it in.
headline that tactic.
That Yeah, I'm gonna actually switch my major to marketing and just to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to think like, man. I mean, of course, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I sampled Invincible. Have you ever seen Invincible?
I've seen Invincible. Yeah.
I sampled the Think Mark Think for a sad song. Genuinely.
I remember. I don't remember the name of it, but I remember which song that's from.
Oh, did you? Oh, did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that band was funny. I don't know. I listened to it. I don't even want to say the name because I don't want people to listen to it because I get
I'm so
I always
sad that
listen to
the
something.
split we were gonna do fell through.
Yeah. Okay. So for all the WUSM listeners, we actually were me and Pizza Academy go way back. We were gonna do a split, like a Christmas split, and I don't remember what happened. Or
I
you were
do. I
sick.
remember
I
what
remember
happened.
that.
We were gonna. It was gonna come out for Christmas, and I got like so ridiculously sick. I think that's the most sick I've ever been. It took me like 2 months to fully recover my voice, and I just
God,
couldn't record the song in time for the Christmas release.
what song was that gonna be? Is it out now or no?
I'm saving. I have a bunch of like pairs of songs that I'm keeping for, because I love splits. I love the idea of releasing a split with another band because
Me
it's
too.
like you promote each other, and I just love them.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple pairs of songs. That one, uh, I'm probably gonna rewrite those just because they're earlier. At least the lyrics. It was like, what was it? Uh, it was two songs. I'll just say that, and they'll probably come out later on a separate split.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna start trying to get back into music. So hey, if you want to do a split, hit
Hey,
me
those are
up.
still in my back pocket. I'll keep them there.
I just like the idea of doing a Christmas split, and I made this. I was in some stupid high school class. Like it was literally like I was just trying to fill time,
Hmm.
like, and I don't remember what class it was, but I was sitting in there and I had this like. If anybody has followed the With Context It Sucks Instagram, you've seen me make. I don't even think I've shown you that. I've been talking to you on my main account because that's how I know. Um, but yeah, there is a With Context It Sucks Instagram, and I made this picture where I took a bunch of bands and I like kind of not very well crop them out and put them on top of each other, and it's very funny, and it's like my favorite way to edit things. And I took it was a picture of a pizza, like a cheese pizza, and I made Christmas trees, like clip art Christmas trees, the toppings, and then I had like bells and stuff, and then I had Minecraft trees in the background. It was like this.
Oh, I
It was like my
remember that cover now. I
masterpiece.
remember it. I loved that cover.
Yeah, I spent like it looks bad. I spent like 30 minutes or like an hour working on just that. Like I Google like clip art Santa, and I'm like, no, that one looks too good, and I need to make it, you know.
I
And
remember, yeah,
then
like the demos cover was like this guy on the skateboard, such a like a crunchy PNG that I like stretched a guitar over his arms and put it
yeah,
on a picture of a
it's so
street.
good. It's like it. I remember like I made that, and that was before we didn't know that we were doing the split,
Hmm.
or that the split fell through. Um, and I sent it to you, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if they're gonna like that. They're gonna think it's stupid. And then you were like, I love it, and I was like, all right, sweet. um, and I'm trying to like, oh, man, I did two songs. There was a Christmas card cover, and then there was this own song. I literally couldn't even tell you the name of it. Um, it was probably some other stupid title, whatever. But I sampled, and then on the Bandcamp release, I included, if you bought it, a Nightcore version of it.
I remember the Nightcore version.
I just I listened to it, and because I don't like the way my own voice is, I liked the Nightcore version more because it was like it sounded less like me.
No, sometimes like
I was like, oh, it's
to check a
listenable.
mix of a song. This definitely isn't a real thing that you should do, but I'll speed it up and slow and reverb the song just to see how it sounds.
That's smart. Do the slowed slash reverb edits.
Yeah, it's
I'm
actually a
gonna take all
professional
your
tactic.
songs. Yeah, I'm gonna take all your songs and slow and reverb them and repost them, and then they're gonna get three times the
Yeah,
amount
it'll
of
get yeah,
views.
exactly.
I see, like, I hate when I see. Maybe there's more to this story than I know, but I looked up a Your Arms Are My Cocoon song, and I really like Your Arms Are My Cocoon, and I think I've already said that, but I looked it up, and like it was like Your Arms Are My Cocoon topic, on YouTube, and which typically means that it was distributed through DistroKid. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you know that, but just so anybody else knows that, not necessarily DistroKid. Anyway, um, and then there was like Chill Wave, this YouTuber named Chill Wave.
I know Chillwave. I was looking at that YouTube account yesterday while I was making this playlist. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, and I was like, is is this maybe like their separate account or something, or is this just somebody who just reposted the song? Because it has way less views than the original, which is good, but like seems a little weird because it's not like a big like it's not like some big song, where
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really matter. But I saw that and I was like, why are they? The song is readily available on YouTube. I don't know. Suffice to say, I'm just gonna re-upload all your songs and take the money. So sorry.
All right. Well, you have my permission, so you're good.
Oh, okay. Shane does not get an input on this. Um. So yeah. I think that's like it. I mean, it's a this whole thing will be uploaded onto YouTube um soon. Oh, actually, hold on. Scratch that. Completely scratch what I just said. I have one more thing to ask.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you choose because I don't want to like whatever. But the point the name of the show is with context this sucks, and the reason why is because you explain the song and then you're like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That was the whole idea. Was just like, what if you explained it and then it's like, because a lot of emo music it'll sound fun and punky, but then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, oh
I
man,
see. Yeah. Oh my God,
you
the
know.
lyrics of some of my shit, dude.
So I was gonna give you the opportunity, if you want to explain one of your songs,
Oh
whatever one you
God.
want to, in however
Um,
much detail you want to.
Give me like 10 seconds. Like pull up a list of all the songs on my phone on my
I will
Bandcamp.
give you exactly 10 seconds and not a second
Okay.
more.
Man, explain a song. I mean, I'm definitely getting more into it now, but a lot of like starting out writing, you just write stuff about how you
Right.
feel, like you're very blunt. I used to like writing blunt. But then like listening back to it after a while, I'm kind of like, I wish I had like I wish I metaphored that or something. Which I'm definitely getting more into writing. I guess I can actually, yeah, wait, I do have a song. Don't Wait for Us, which is on this one. Oh God, now I'm gonna hate explaining this song. Um,
Because I know just where you're looking into it, I'll say, I like the way you write. I don't know, like it seems like very like I don't know interesting to me. Maybe it's like because I know when I write stuff, I'm like I hate it, but then maybe like when you see it from a different perspective, it's I don't know. But I think like a lot of your stuff, the way like you write, just seems really interesting. Like and I wish I liked slushies. I like the I'm a hardened boy, can't plant a garden boy, so I'll dig up all your plants. What kind of boy am I if from my eyes isn't good enough for me? Like the not only like the vocal performance on that, but just like the wordplay. I don't know. That's just interesting to me. Maybe it's just whatever. But I thought I was like, that's cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess you kind of said it. What I was trying to get at was like, I love wordplay.
Yeah.
And I definitely need to lean more into it. It goes back and forth between like, wordplay or like being very blunt. But I love like, what's the word? Enunciation. What's the one where like a
Oh
bunch of the
yeah.
words have the same? I just love like, I don't know if I'm writing it. I kind of want not like a poem, but I definitely do like wordplay. I love when like two lines connect with the same word. Oh, I know there's a specific example I can't think of, but just no. And I definitely want to get more into like writing an entire song about a subject, which I did on the upcoming EP. One of the songs, I think it's MacGyver. MacGyver, I Hardly Knew Her, is completely about. It's completely about being a great great grandpa and just being like 105. So I wrote that and I was like, holy shit, like this is gonna this. I like read it back now. It's like this is aged better than a lot of the other stuff. Cause like
And that's good. It's like progress.
yeah, I can convey things without having to literally state them.
Yeah, and that's cool. And you don't have to explain that. I mean, you just explained one of your songs, so if you want that to be your assignment, I'll give you an A for it, you know? Like that's good.
I'll take the A. I
Um
need it right now.
okay. Um I a big thing that I do is I like listening to songs and reading the lyrics and take my own interpretation. So it's like, you don't actually have to explain. You could say like, the song's actually about nothing if you want.
Exactly, yeah. I want to like hide it under enough symbolism that like there is a meaning there. There is meaning and there are my feelings, but also other people can interpret it their own way.
Of course, yeah. And that's like the perfect way to do it in my mind because it's like, some of these bands you listen to and it's blunt and it's cool and sometimes it's what you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you listen to it and you're like, I don't understand how they wrote that, but some like only they could write that. Like it's so specific and weird. Only they could write that, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's gonna be it. Um, this has been the interview, almost basically a podcast. I don't know how I'm gonna put this in the radio show because I can't put the whole thing. I might just put clips and then say go listen to the full thing. I don't know. I'm very new to this, so. But this has been pretty interesting. I don't know what I'm going to put for the YouTube video. I honestly thought about just playing Minecraft for an hour and making that the video and have the audio just be this. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for being on the show and being I say our, it's just me, my first interview for the show. I think everything went well after we fixed the first problem. And yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This was great and also the first thing I've ever done like this, so it went a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah. All right. So, do you have a release date or window for this upcoming EP, or do you just not want to say anything?
It is whenever I master it, when I finish mixing and mastering it. So, no.
Okay. Well, I will
Probably
repost it
10
on the
years.
Instagram. Okay. So in 10 years, guys, look out for the new Pizza Academy EP.
No, I will. There will be a post when it's coming out.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll repost that on the With Context This Sucks. I like to, anybody who's been on the show is going to get some love from the account. All 12 of my followers or whoever, they're going to eat it up. So, all right. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. This has been With Context This Sucks. And it's also been me. Have a good night, everybody.
Better yet, stay home. In my head, try to plan this out. What will I do for now?